What if you were the Grim Reaper? So, the book I read that I'm going to talk about real quick is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. And they are called Scythes, but they kind of remind me of the Grim Reaper because it's kind of what they do. It's their thing. I really enjoyed reading this book so much more than I thought I was going to. This book raised questions for me in how society is here in this world that's created. Is the process any better than the old system that was demolished and this was put into place? It really gets one thinking about morality and living and systems. Um, I really liked Faraday's view on things, but the more the book went with his view, I thought that he was fair, but yet then I started to realize he was kind of only one-sided in his own way. The way he selected his people to glean, especially so when we started to see Curie's view and her process on gleaning. But I guess, like, if you look at it as a bigger picture, they do kind of balance each other out and make up for it. They had their own mental reasons for setting up the way they do. There's a group of Scythes that we see in action, and they feel like they are walking a very thin line of the rules. Or maybe it's the rules that we've picked up from Faraday and Curie's, their views of the world and stuff. So I just thought that was really interesting. This book feels kind of heavy for young adults. It is a young adult book, but it feels kind of heavy in the topic, in the subject that it's discussing and touches on. But it puts it all together in a classy way. And it doesn't tell anybody what to think. It gets you thinking about the process and what are your views on it. The words and the actions really brought me into the thoughts and the questions that later the book answers. They never actually verbalize the questions that I came up with. They just left implications of it, and I love that. I love that the book stood, the writing stood on its own without actually physically having to say that question. And then we do get the answer to those questions. The beginning of the book piqued my interest as it had me thinking on the systems and the morality. Then the book took off, and I was drawn into the lives of Citra and Rowan. I wanted to know how it worked out for them and who was picked. I still saw that no matter the system, there will still be corruption that grows. And some systems run their course and life changes them. So do they need revamped or do they just need replaced? Great thinking topics for this book. If you're looking for a book for a book club that you need something to ask questions and discuss, this book I think would be really great for that. So I listened to it in audio. The narrator was okay. Everything was clean, easy to understand. I did end up speeding it up to 1.5, I believe, times to get through the book. But I really did enjoy it. Really great thinking for this one. I hope if you've read it or listened to it, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it as well.